Let me start off with these two fighters, and then I'm going to associate the promoter, right? So let's start out with the fighters. Timothy Bradley is a very, 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 very good fighter. If you do not like Timothy Bradley, and you don't have to like him, but if you do not respect Timothy Bradley, I cannot respect you as a boxing fan, because Bradley goes hard. Stop talking about his head. There's other facets to this young man's game. Stop talking about just his head. Yeah, he's got a tendency for every fight just about that there's a headbutt in it. But people just want to talk all about headbutts and shit, okay? Half the time being a comedian, half the time just being annoying with it. This guy has got coordination. He's got speed. You know, I'm very impressed with his defense as well. You don't talk about that the way Tim can avoid shots. He slips a lot of shots on the inside. He can slip shots. He can adapt and he can adjust. Doesn't seem to have that much power, but definitely can be accurate with his punches enough to hurt you. Very accurate. When you're accurate, you're a sharp puncher. This dude can offset your timing. He does all the right things, can make all the right movements in the ring. Timothy Bradley does a lot of things good that aren't being talked about. Everybody just wants to be a fucking comedian and talk about his head. Enough. Talk about his coordination. Talk about his determination. And talk about his refusal to lose. But y'all don't have to talk about it. Manny's got to talk about it in his camp, right? Because Manny's the one fighting him. And on to Manny Pacquiao. Assuming that this guy is not on any illegal enhancement. That goes for anything that's an illegal enhancement, which would include steroids, obviously. Assuming he's not on it, Manny might not be as skilled as a guy named Floyd Mayweather Jr., but let me tell you this, Manny is a straight fighter. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Manny Pacquiao is a straight fighter from the gutter, and he displays it in the ring. Now, his last two fights, I seen a lack of determination. I seen lackluster. He claims his legs were cramping. That's been his excuse. But I don't want to take credit away from Marquez, because Marquez is one hell of a fighter that doesn't get acknowledged like that. Everybody should know who Juan Manuel Marquez is. An average fan should know who Juan Manuel Marquez is, but they don't, because he's never been accepted to the public as other guys, and I don't know what the reason for that is. People just like to like who they like to like. That's okay. That's how the world operates. So I take nothing from Marquez. I know what he's capable of. But Manny showed a lack of something. Now, of course, I know a lot of people say, well, guess what? That something was steroids. Y'all got every right to your opinion, and I can't say I disagree with you on that, because there's a lot of factors that point to that outcome of you thinking that it is steroids. Sometimes I think that too myself. Manny is a question mark you got to put next to him, but I can't automatically say the man is on steroids. Now, assuming he's not on steroids, Manny Pacquiao is one hell of a fighter. You know, some people say that he'll lay down to Floyd. You know, Floyd, you got people saying now Floyd is an easy fight. Manny Pacquiao is an easy fight for Floyd Mayweather. It's an easy fight. It's a bad style matchup. And they could very well be the truth, but I don't believe it and I don't buy it. I don't think Manny Pacquiao just lay down to Floyd. I think if he fights Floyd, you'll be very surprised and shocked. I think he goes all out on Floyd, actually. To tell you the truth, I think he leaves it in the ring. And I don't think that Manny Pacquiao can beat Floyd Mayweather, but I think he can put up a fight and make the fight very interesting for 12 rounds. I don't in no way, shape, or form see Floyd stopping Manny. And I don't see Floyd just dominating Manny and rolling over Manny the way people are claiming that he will. But it ain't about Floyd and Manny. This video is about Manny Pacquiao versus Timothy Bradley. And before you get to Mayweather and all the talks and the negotiations and all that BS, you got to get past the Desert Storm. I don't think if Manny's going to fight another lackluster fight, if he's going to have some more leg cramping problems, I think the Desert Storm's pretty much going to trap him. And, you can fight Mayweather after that, but you're going to fight him with another loss. But see, this is the thing. This swings me over to Bob Arum, the promoter. This is where it is hard to make a prediction on this vid, because We got judges. We got the Vegas. We got the referee. We got one man that can barely get 40 people to show up to a fight. Then we got another man with a whole country behind him. His country, and then damn near half of America. That's a lot of people power right there, economically, on one man's side. If they were running for president, it's obvious to see who's got more of the votes. Manny's already got this shit won. So the only thing left for Manny to do is go to work in the ring. Is go to work and give a decent effort. I'm not saying win it. I'm just saying give a decent effort. Do you consider his effort against Marquez decent? It all depends who's looking at the fight and what you're looking for in the fight. You got to know how to judge a fight, because this is a boxing match. See, boxing is about scoring points if you can't get the knockout. It's about avoiding shots. And I think people tend to forget that, especially with the style of Manny Pacquiao. You know, people just want to see action. And if you beating Manny, they want to see you beat up Manny or put Manny on his ass. You know, and for the fact that Marquez couldn't do that, but he did beat him technically, you know, some people feel the fight was close, you know, blah, 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 so on and so forth. Desert Storm's going to have to knock Manny down on his ass a couple times in this fight. He's going to have to find a way to hurt the Pac-Man. I think Tim can hurt Manny. I think Tim can hurt any fighter. I think you're being fooled by his knockout record. I think you're being fooled by that. Tim's a very sharp fighter, and I think that he's going to be very, very, very on point for this fight because he knows what it means. Now, Timmy's doing a lot of smiling, some hugging, some kiss-assing. You know, he's respecting Manny Pacquiao leading up to the fight. In the ring, I hope Tim throws all that respect out the window. And I don't think Tim will sell his soul to Bob Arum. You know, he might sign a contract, but I'm thinking this brother won't sell his soul to Bob Arum because he knows if he wins this fight, he's the motherfucking face of boxing, or the other half face of boxing, however you want to put it. No more Pacquiao Mayweather, no, Bradley Mayweather. That's the combination. That's what we want to hear people talking about if I'm Bradley. I'm the best fighter in the world. At least better than Manny now. I'm number 2 or number 1, whatever way you want to put it. I'm the guy that beat Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather's next. You know what I mean? Tim Bradley wants to take this spot. Tim Bradley gonna be fucking ready. The question is Manny gonna be ready? You know, because you got Alex Ariza, one of the best conditioning coaches in the game, but you keep having leg cramping problems. You know, I don't know, man. I don't know. If Timmy doesn't put down Manny, you know, I don't think Timmy will knock out Manny, but if he doesn't put him down a couple times, I don't know if he can win this fight. I know he can win it technically on points, but we seen Marquez do that, and he didn't get the nod. Now, part of me says, Arum ain't stupid either. He'll let Bradley win. Bradley's young. You can build a fan base, and you can build his name up. And you can also build an extremely interesting rematch if you're to let Bradley win. If Bradley can win, let him win. And build a rematch, and that keeps you away from Floyd Mayweather Jr. Because I think Arum rather let Manny lose to Bradley than let him lose to Mayweather Jr. That's just my opinion. I could be totally wrong. I don't know what the old man's thinking, and I don't know how to predict this fight. I don't know how Manny's gonna come out either. Is he gonna look like he's on roids? Or is he going to look average as shit in this fight? I don't know. And I'm not stating that he was on steroids. I'm simply being comedic now when I'm saying, is he going to look as if he's on roids or if he's going to look regular? Maybe he is on roids. I mean, there's so many questions when it comes to this top ranking Manny Pacquiao. I don't know. But if we get that Manny Pacquiao that fought De La Hoya, that Manny Pacquiao that fought Ricky Hatton, that Manny Pacquiao that fought David Diaz, you know, that determination, that drive, that bouncing on his feet from angle to angle, throwing a million fucking punches, you know, just determined. Might be sloppy at times, might be wild, but that wild shit is what made him reach the pinnacle, reach the level of where he's at as a prize fighter. So Tim Bradley's gonna be ready, man. This is a very all-around, well-balanced guy. Forget his head, and Manny Pacquiao's a southpaw, so I'm not gonna be surprised if the heads bump. But it ain't Tim Bradley's head that's gonna win this fight. It's his heart and his skill and his determination. That's what's gonna win him this fight, and I think he can win it. And I think he does win it. And I think I don't know what to predict, man. I don't know what to predict. So I know this video in the end might be kind of pointless, but I think Manny comes to fight and he looks better than he did in the Marquez fight, but I don't think he does enough to beat Bradley. I think it's one of the fights that maybe could even end up being close, like really legitly a draw. But I see Bradley winning this fight by at least a couple points score-wise, but I don't know if he'll get the nod. I don't know if he'll get the nod. I just know that he can't. He's got too much going for him. He's got too much skill and talent. He's put too much dedication and hard work in the gym. I mean, I personally know what it takes to get ready for a fight. An amount of effort and hours and training, blood, sweat, and tears it takes before you step into that ring. And Bradley does that times 10 compared to some other fighters. So I can't picture him throwing that all away just to put extra dollars or to kiss some old man's ass, man. I just can't picture him doing that. The farthest Bradley will go with signing that contract. In the ring, it's Bradley's time. It's Desert Storm time. And I expect him to beat Manny. But I don't know. I know one thing, man. I ain't ordering this fucking fight. I know that much. Sideways 100, I'm out.